over 50% of people won't make it past this sentence. And if you're still here, congratulations, you've officially outlasted most people. Studies show that we scroll every 3 to 4 seconds. That's literally less time that it takes to breathe. And I got proof of that. These are screenshots of some of my social media. And yet we're blaming ourselves for not starting that new thing we want to try, take that new class we want to take. But it's not a motivation problem. It's a focus one. I've definitely faced some focus issues the past few years. So today I want to talk about what happened to our focus and attention span, why it's decreased so dramatically, and also share with you some of these exercises that I've been doing so it can help you as well, hopefully. Today, we spend on average 47 seconds focusing before shifting our attention, and it takes about 25 minutes to get back to a task after being interrupted. But there was a time where focus wasn't a skill, it was just a way of life. If you were born in the 90s like me or before, you most likely remember the time where you would wait in the doctor's waiting room with nothing but magazines and your thoughts. And if your favorite cartoon was aired on Saturday morning, you would give it your full attention, because if you missed it, that was it. That was your only chance. Neil Postman mentioned it in Amusing Ourselves to Death. He said, we didn't lose our ability to focus overnight. We slowly traded focus for stimulation. Today, we skip YouTube videos at 2 times speed if the first 2 to 3 seconds don't slap. And trading books for TV, YouTube, TikTok didn't just change the way we consume things. It also rewired how we think entirely. I think it's no secret now that our brain wants constant quick rewards, constant hits, no friction. And that's a huge issue, because when you want to start something new, well, it's very hard to want to push through the hurdles because you're not lazy, but you're constantly overstimulated. So I mentioned that I'm actively working on it myself. I recently did a little self-experiment on what I consider an actual full productive 8-hour day. So I decided to track the actual minutes of deep focus. And that doesn't mean the time that I spend at my desk. I removed any time that I glanced at my phone, the time where I got distracted by notifications, times where I was rereading 3 times the same paragraph. And the result was that less than half of my productive day was actually deep focus. And yet I care, I try, but I'm still fighting years of digital conditioning. But the good news is that I so believe in that beginner's mentality that I talk about all the time, that I know you can just train yourself to do anything that you want if you put your mind to it. And so I knew there must be some exercises out there to be like my oldest self again, because I didn't used to be like that. And the reason why I also want to work on it again is because I can see how it's affected my patience as well. You know, on this channel, I always talk about the courage of being a bold beginner. But what I mean by that is not only the courage that it takes to take the first step and to start something, it's also the ability to stay and to stick with what you're trying. And that goes so tightly with focus and patience. So I stick with what I always say. Starting before you're ready is so important, but staying when it's not fun, it's equally as important, because that's what builds the momentum that you need. There is a quote by Viktor Frankl, he's an Australian neurologist and psychologist, that I really like, and it goes, between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose. And I think that's a fantastic quote, because it makes you accountable and it gives you the power back to take things in your own hands again. And so here are a few steps that I started taking myself to regain my own focus. The first one being cut off notifications whenever you can. Just go to each and every app and disable notifications. You don't have to do it for all your apps to start with. And especially if you're about to commit to a deep focus period of time, whether it's for work or to learn something, whatever. The second one is to consume long-form content. I know that shorts and reels are the new norm, but every time that you catch yourself really scrolling every other seconds, just try to stop that and proactively go and listen to a podcast or watch a longer video and make sure that you force yourself to focus on it. And you can start very small. Just find one podcast that you're interested in and listen to like 10-15 minutes of it. Or read just one chapter of a book. I like doing that, just reading a few pages from a book with my morning drink. And the reason why I focus on YouTube more myself is because it's a great platform for that. It actually encourages creators to focus on long form videos. And the third one is the After X rule. And what it is just a little habit to develop, which is basically avoiding to get too distracted. So let's say that you have a notification popping with a message on it. Just tell yourself, I will check that message after I finish this task that I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, everything that I'm talking about is not just productivity hacks. I'm not saying task as in it's only work related. I almost consider it as like a survival kit to make sure that you don't get always distracted in a system that's made to distract you. Every time that you resist the scroll, every time that you sit with silence, you reclaim your ability to choose, to start, to focus, and to be bold. And if you're still watching this, you're already doing it.